This is From Hero to Zero, a show about the misconception of the demise of the music industry. We talk to heroes to make sense of the alleged zero, the music business. Hi Tommy, how are you?
Hi Sebastian, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Tommy, you've been around with Prong for decades, since 1986, if I'm correct?
Yes.
So where do you see the difference between being a musician today, 2016, compared to back in the days when you started, the 80s?
Well, I come from before the advent of digital technology, including cell phones, even beepers. Pre-internet was a different world as far as self-promotion goes. A lot of it was done through the mail, tape trading, just playing a lot of shows. There's a lot more clubs, many more clubs in New York. Just played a lot of gigs and hung out on a scene. You know, I think that has disappeared with the internet. It's all in cyberspace. And then, you know, recording techniques have changed a lot over the years as well. I mean, I think technology has caught up with Prong, where now we can make good records cheaply, and I've almost been waiting for everything to catch up to where it is now. You know, I'm not dissatisfied with the way things are now. It's just different.
And you mentioned in an interview that the game plan is to bring Prong back, and Prong disbanded in 1996, if I'm correct. Then you came back, and you were kind of floating, and in 2012 you started again. What was the motivation to start out again or rekindle the fire in a arguably more difficult music environment?
It's true, it is more difficult. It's just I really don't know anything else more to do. I just think I could still write good riffs and have something to say lyrically, and enjoy writing songs with other people and making records. That's the primary source of energy. Other than that, I was working with other people. You know, I did a stint with ministry, and I was contributing to that, and I felt, well, you know, I'm throwing a lot of these ideas into somebody else's project. I should just do it for Prong again. So, you know, I took some chances, and, you know, we rebuilt from putting out demos and trying to get record deals again, and just like a new band, which it is sort of in a way. It's you know, a new lineup, and you know, we've been continually putting out records over the last 4 years, and you know, I've been re-energized, focused into the project.
I read that the first few concerts of this tour for No Absolutes, the new album, were sold out.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
What does it take today to sell out shows, since apparently people don't really go to concerts and really buy records? What do you think?
Well, I think the legacy of Prong has a lot to do with it. I mean, we stand apart from most bands. It's a strange project. We have a lot of older fans that have never gotten to see Prong before that come to the shows, and then there's fans that continue to come all the time, and then younger fans that never really heard of Prong before, and Ruining Lives, which is 3 records ago. So, you know, the conjunction of all those things make it a current project. We have the benefit of having all those older releases, obviously. You know, younger bands have some advantage with, you know, good looks, and good social media can go a long way as well. We don't have those benefits.
Come on. Social media, good keyword. You have quite a good following, strong following on social media. I see lots of engagement.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you explain that? First of all, who manages it? Is it you or the management?
I work with the management on it. I do as much as I can. I think the key to where Prong relies on with social media is that we're not using any other sources to buy more friends. We're not trying to boost our posts, and we don't have other outside agencies working for us. It's a as we would say in America, some real mom and pop organization, and I think that's true. Then, therefore, it's not just a lot of happenstance fans. Everyone that's friends on Facebook are really fans and have sought out the group in order to become, part of the Prong Nation or community. So, we're careful about a lot of things.
I saw a Horns Up Rocks interview.
Horns Up Rocks,
exactly, yeah. Where you mentioned that financing is a heavier issue nowadays than it was before. Have you ever considered financing your albums through a crowdfunding?
Yeah, I think we have. That's a discussion I've had recently. Not to say that we're unhappy with Steamhammer SPV Records. I mean, they've been fantastic with us, but it's something to look into in the future. I had talks with other artists about it, and some of them say it's been good. Other people say that they failed through it. So I don't know what exactly we're going to do, but it's something definitely to look into.
So the philosophy behind crowdfunding is not something maybe repulsive to you as an artist?
The only thing that may be alarming, I wouldn't say there's any repulsion, but be alarming would be making promises I couldn't keep down the line, which means like meeting up with people for dinners and whatever crazy things that they try to use to attract people to fund your project. I know people, guys that have done that, and it's like, oh yeah, well, like I promised them guitar lessons and I never did it, and I don't want to be one of those guys, so if I'm going to commit to something, I want to do it.
Sure. Music streaming. Do you think that music streaming is beneficial for artists today, or is it slowly killing them?
It depends what bracket you are in financially. Again, that is an issue. I think larger artists are generally greedy in a lot of ways, and when it gets to a point where you're financially secure for the rest of your life, I don't see why these guys are really worried about it too much. Not to brag about my lifestyle, but I still rent a room in a house and I live very frugally. And that's the only way I could survive, is keeping the band going. And I've had to make those sacrifices. I think people's heads get really big, and I have no problem with streaming. And I'm not really doing this to make a whole lot of money. It's like that's not really my source of energy with the whole thing. It's just a calling, and I do it, and I enjoy what I do, and keep it simple with the motivation. I think that if people want to be greedy, let them be greedy, and that doesn't really apply to my life too much.
Beautifully said. Tommy, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sebastian. Appreciate it.
All the best for the future.
Thank you very much.